Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I am planning to make some ornaments today using these molds I have and resin. You can also make the same kind of ornament if you like using all of these materials. I'm gonna put the link down below of all the materials where I got it from. These are super easy to make. So here I already mixed 2 parts of the epoxy in this container, and if you like to know more how to mix this resin, you can check out my other videos. So in a cup I take a little bit of resin, some fine red glitter, and also add tiny a drop of red paint there. I'm using acrylic paint here, and I'm just fast forwarding this part because I always try to mix my resin very slow and I don't want to make my video very long, so that's why I just fast forward that part. Now all I'm doing is just pouring the whole thing in those molds. So I like to use these molds 2 ways. One is to pour the one color on your whole mold, and the second way is I'm just gonna pour one color or only around the flat area that's there. I'm not gonna add any color on the design that's in the center. So yeah, something like this. I'm trying to avoid going on top of that design because I'm gonna do something else there later, so that's why. But yeah, these are the 2 ways I like to do it. I'll show you what I do after everything's dry to create a different design. And sometimes because of this mold have like tiny little areas to cover, so what I like to do is just use wooden stick that I'm using right now and just take a tiny bit of resin and then very slowly pour just add a drop of that resin on those areas. This really took me some time. I'm just, like I said, I'm just gonna fast forward this part, but this really took me some time. I really took my time here because I don't really want it to mess up. So if you're also working with similar kind of resin, mold, just take your time. You don't have to rush. I always recommend to mix your epoxy in a very small amount so that it don't go bad. And because that happened to me, when I started using epoxy resin, I used to make bigger batches, and which was a very bad idea. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. You're just gonna waste your epoxy and your time. Alright, so I let it dry for 24 hours, like overnight. Now I am just gonna open this. Unmold this, and it is so nice. Like, I love this bright red color. You can also use a different color if you like to. Alright, so let's add some resin on those designs. Okay, so here I'm using white acrylic paint mixing with my epoxy. Here I'm not taking any more glitters because I don't want to use any glitter for the center, for those design area. If you like to use just a glitter or maybe different color, go for it. So as you can see, I didn't unmold this ornament because I wanted to add this white resin on top of it, and you will see what I really mean after I unmold this one after it's dry. But here I'm just gonna pour this white on those ornaments, and now on this one, the one that I unmold, I have these kind of little areas where I'm just gonna add like a small little drops of this color, and this is again gonna take a little time, so you just have to work with it and add those colors here. I'm just gonna fast forward this. And this one specifically was a little bit hard to cover the whole thing, so that's why as you can see, I'm just kind of spreading that using my wooden stick, and then I will be using a paper towel and then cleaning the extra areas where I don't want my resin to stay. So yeah, so what I'm doing here is after I swipe one time, I just fold that paper and then clean again. So every time I clean, I try not to use the same area again. Alright, so here's the next day. Everything is nice and dry, and let's unmold this one. So I love this, how it turned out. Look at this, you don't really have to add anything in the center now, but if you like to, you can. And you can see some other ornaments around, which I made those after I was done making this video. So yeah, all right, so yeah, here I'm all done with the hard part. I have one more here which I'm gonna finish off the camera because I'm gonna do the same thing, to be honest. All right, so here I'm gonna show you how I add this kind of a ribbon on top. I'm sure there are like so many ways you can do this, but I'm gonna show you how I made this kind of. So let's do that. So here I'm using this small ribbons, and I bought this one from a Dollar Tree, and everything here I'm using is from Dollar Tree. And all of this ribbon, everything, all those bows, this beads, everything is from Dollar Tree. So let's start. So this bow comes with this kind of a wire in the back, and it was very like a big one, and I didn't really wanted to add that big wire on my ornaments. I cut cut the extra one. And now let's start making bow. Okay, so I am gonna fold this in half, and then I'm just gonna cut it like that. So these are about 3.5 inch, and it's up to you how big bow you want to make it. Now, do you remember I cut this wire from the bow earlier? I'm gonna be using that now. So here I'm folding my ribbon like this. I don't really know how to explain you this part, but you can see how I'm folding it. And then I'm gonna use that wire, and I'm just gonna wrap it around, and I'm gonna make it as tight as I can. And I'm just gonna twist that wire to lock it, and then I'm just gonna open those corners like that. And here is my nice big bow. I love this. I mean, there are so many ways to make this kind of a bow, but I like to use it this way. It's just easier for me, I don't know. Okay, so this bow come in the pack of that Dollar Tree pack, and I just hot glue that with my bow. Alright, so here I'm all done with that bow. Now I'm gonna attach it to my ornament here. So for that, I'm gonna grab this red ribbon that I have here, and then I'm just gonna attach it to my ornament here like that. And then I'm just gonna hot glue this area because I don't want that part to stick out more, and I'm gonna cut the extra. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add some more hot glue on top of it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put my bow on top of it and make sure it's nice and glued together. So I also add a little bit of hot glue on this area just so that my ribbon don't move a lot or it don't change its shape, because I am gonna stack all of them to bring it to my art show. That's why. So here I'm all done. I'm gonna show you how I do this one now. So here I already made this bow. Now I'm just gonna attach it to my ornament here first. Alright, and then we're gonna add a nice big flower here. I mean, you can create or add any different kind of flower if you have, or if you can create a different kind of flower, but I don't have any kind of a flower right now, and I really wanted to add like a little green in here. And I also don't have like any thinner ribbon than this one. So what I'm doing is making a flower shape if I can. So okay, so here I cut 2 ribbon and glue them together like this so that I have enough petals for my flowers. And then I cut this ribbon in half like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add like a tiny bit of glue in center and add all of this ribbon like that. And here I'm all done. So I'm just gonna attach this to my bow in the center, add a little bit of hot glue on top, and I have these beads that I just add on top of it. And here I'm all done. Okay, I'm gonna make one more similar way, and for that I'm gonna be using this ribbon. Again, it's the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. I cut my ribbon for about 3.5 size, and I'm just gonna add that wire in the center, and then I'm just gonna create that little bow shape, And this time I'm gonna cut the other side of this area right here I'm talking about. So I'm gonna cut this area here, and I'm just gonna separate those area from the center, so something like this on both side. All right, so now I'm gonna attach it to my ornament here. So I'm just adding my hot glue first, and I'm just gonna stick it to there. I'm trying not to use too much of hot glue here because I almost like burned myself in a couple minutes ago, so that's why I'm not really doing that. So okay, so now I add a little bit of more glue in the center on those bow, on that bow, and I'm just adding 3 beads on top of it in the center, so something like this. All right, so yeah, here I'm all done. That's what I did for all of my other ornaments that I have. Let me know in the comment if you like this project or not. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this because I love making these ornaments. I never used this many glitters before, like I mean this much of glitters before in my any project, so that's why I love using all these different kind of glitters. So yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoy watching my video. If you do, make sure you give a big thumbs up to this video and also subscribe to my channel if you are new to my channel. And if you want me to try something new, again, please let me know. I love trying new things, and I love to try like DIY all the different kind of stuff that I never use, but I still love to make them. And if you really like these ornaments and you don't want to make it for yourself, you can also get it from me. I have a Etsy shop, and I just made my own website, so you can also get it from there. I still have to list it, but very soon I will list them on my website. But again, I hope you guys enjoy watching this. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time for my another video or a DIY. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.